Here's to hoping my sound works a little better on my end today. Very happy Wednesday to everybody. I hope you are having a good Wednesday. I'm recording this a little earlier than I usually do because I need to go visit my mother. I haven't seen her in about 2 weeks, and we got some stuff to go through. So let's get started. I've got quite a variety. Oh, and a warning because there is going to be a bit of a spoiler here at the end concerning our final episode of Blood of My Blood. So I will give you a little warning in case you don't want to know. But I think most of us actually do know this. I just thought I'd point it out just in case. But we're going to start with something a little different. I don't have any behind the scenes, but I do have an interesting history lesson right here about witches. Lottie is going to tell us some history about where she grew up and or where she's from. This is a really fascinating story. So let's do this because it really is. It's very cool. Or sad, but it's cool.
So it's funny. I'm from Holland, and you know that cheese that's called Gouda?
Love Gouda.
Gouda is actually a town in Holland. So the town of Gouda, there's a market square, and so they have a scale there, and women actually got weighed. They would weigh women,
Right.
And if they were too lightweight, like physically,
Yeah.
they would just be skinny. They would be burned because they were thought to be able to fly. So based on their weight, so skinny women were just kind of like,
You did a lot of filming in Chorus at the
Yes,
palace.
yeah.
So the witch prison there, and then the chains on the rocks in the water that are still there.
Yeah.
They would chain the witches to the rocks.
Yeah.
They would wait for the tide to come in.
Yeah.
If they drowned, they were innocent. If they floated, they were a witch, and then were hanged and then burned.
yeah, yeah,
A lose-lose.
kind of cruel.
It's
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah.
That's just crazy. You know what? And we hear about it here in the States. They would try to, to prove if you were a witch or not, they would try to drown you. If you survived, you were a witch and you burned at the stake. And if you drowned, well, then your soul is saved and yay for you. But you're dead, so you can't win. This is a really cool conversation. Thanks so much. It's Sassenach, historian, shares this. It was very cool of her to share this because that's a neat piece of history. All right, now out to Outlander stuff. This is our Outlander alum and LandCon. Always got to share stuff from there when I can, when it's good stuff, and that's good stuff. Now, some really good stuff. This is awesome, and everybody is sharing it. Balfe Nation gives us this one, and I wanted to share this one in particular because we get a little bit of explanation down here a bit. So, Balfe Nation shares a Breitling debut new watch with premiere ladies of film. Actors Caitriona Balfe, Jenna Coleman, Tessa Thompson were amongst the star-studded guest list celebrating the new lady premiere watch. Last night, Breitling celebrates the launch of its Lady Premiere collection with an intimate dinner at Dorian, the place to be seen in Notting Hill. Oh, okay. Well, all right. Down here, though, we got this lovely image of Caitriona, and this is cropped. There's a bunch of these out there. This already says what we already read, so we're going to go ahead and skip to the next bit because there is more. Watch Pro continues. The evening was co-hosted by Nia DaCosta and Sandy Powell in partnership with A Rabbit's Foot, a leading publication curated by filmmaker Charles Finch that explores the intersection of art and culture. The event gathered some of London's most influential women in film, fashion, and the arts, making a glamorous prelude to the BFI festival. And yeah, there are some amazing images here. It's the same image, black and white. And of course, it has the list of who came. It does extend past our gal. Guests included, as I said, Caitriona Balfe, Jenna Coleman, Tessa Thompson, as well as Crystal Wilson Cairns, Gala Gordon, and Naeem Alger joined DaCosta and Powell for an evening that reflected the cinematic storyline of the new Lady Premiere timepieces. More from Watch Pro saying that reimagining Breitling's 1940s premiere fantasies, the Lady Premiere collection features fluid silhouettes, cascading diamonds, and ombre finishes that celebrate modern femininity, as well as founder Billy Breitling's muse, his wife, Beatrice. Oh, that's so nice. And this isn't the first time that Breitling has found itself amongst leading ladies, with the brand most famously starring on the wrist of Raquel Welch in the 1960s spy film fathom. Chief Max Cohen's Michelin-starred menu set the tone for a night of artistry and conversation. Oh, to be a fly on the wall as guests admired the watches displayed along with Dorian's marble bar, its sculptured form and luminous finish, offering a scenic backdrop to such refined timepieces. This is really cool. I like a good watch. I really, really do. Here we got images of all of the ladies who came. We've got names there in case you can't see it. Gala and Nadine and Jenna and of course Caitriona down the far corner. We've also got images of Tessa Thompson, Sandy Powell and Nia DaCosta, as well as the poor lady whose name I'm not going to try to mangle again down at the bottom. But everybody looks fantastic. This is all about ladies' timepieces. Again, I like a good watch. I've been living with my Garmin Digital, which allows me to program stuff on it. But back in the day, oh my gosh, for a teenage girl, I had a collection of decent watches. And remember, I grew up in the Swatch age, where you just switch out your wristbands depending on your mood. So it's a good watch that goes with your outfit and, also tells time, is handy. It's helpful. And I think we've lost the art of wearing a watch because we use our phones for watches for so many things. Honestly, if I hadn't started to count my steps, I probably never would have upgraded. But Balfe Nation continues by sharing some other pictures. These are the non-cropped ones I wanted to show. And of course, a very happy picture here. So I wanted to share. Look, she has a date. Sorry, I'm just being snarky today. We got more like throwbacks here for Sam as well. I've got two pictures. I also want to give a shout out to Kathy for making sure I stayed up to date on some of the stuff that was coming out. I appreciate it very much. Point Blank 1959 shares this one. Sam Heughan in Plague Over England, Finborough Theatre, London, 2008, with Sam Heughan as Gregory and Leanne Ockenden as Policeman Terry, a play which debates a topical social issue even today. Moreover, in the past, when coming out meant going to jail. Sam also played a similar role in a very British sex scandal from 2007, a very informative BBC docuseries, and in the talented Mr. Ripley, Royal and Derngate Theatre, Northampton, 2010. Please refrain from nasty comments if you are adverse. Oh, no, not a problem here. People is people. That's very cool. That's a neat scene. Oh, that's a neat. Oh, and again, he looks so little. I mean, he's so young. It's ridiculous how young he looks. But it's still Sam. You can still tell because he's got that signature mold that we all adore. But awesome. I love seeing, like, he grew up, He's played some amazing characters from Shakespeare to a modern day love story. This is very, very cool. And I do have another one here too with Point Blank 1959 also sharing this. Sam Heughan, lead role in King John, Oranmore, Glasgow, 2012. So Macbeth at the RSC is not the first time Sam Heughan played a Shakespearean king on the stage. Nope. He was the king. He's been the king for a while. It's very easy role. He just slides right into it. King of Men, King of England. It's all the same, right? Well, no, it's actually very, very different because Scott. Never mind. But this is really, really neat throwback, and I'm digging the costumes. Can I just say, I'm digging the costumes. I know it's like I want to be able to wear this around town and be comfortable, but if you get to wear it on stage, that's got to make acting a little easier because there's freedom of movement. I don't know what I'm talking about. I do want to tell you, though, that the next bunch are going to lead to a spoiler. So, if you don't want to hear a spoiler, this is probably the time to shut her down. But thank you so much for joining us so far. Give us a thumbs up if you've enjoyed what I've shared. Thumbs down if not. We're going to continue. Daily Outlander shares this. Oh, look at this pic. That's what they say, but that's what I say, too. Because I love it when our people have their animals. I love our animals. Credit goes to Jamie Roy from his Instagram stories, and it's him and his pup. And they're like, obviously, I'm going to guess in Scotland or North Carolina because it's very mountainous. Look at that view behind him. That is fantastic. And he's got his friend for a walk. Is there anything better, really? I mean, honestly, taking your pal out. Of course, now, correct me if I'm wrong. If I don't have my puppy on a leash, they'll take off. They're having a party without me, and I'll be playing catch up. But really cool picture. Thank you, Jamie. And not to be outdone, Hermione Corfield shared a bunch of images, behind the scenes stuff from Blood of My Blood. And I'm gonna, I'm pretty sure that Martha there. Endorphin in every flavor. Photo credits to Sam Redford for the first photo. Okay, so it's there he is. Let's see who else we have in this collection of images she shared. Well, that's her. Well, look at it. It's Hermione. And I still want to say Hermione Granger. I swear. I know it's Hermione Corfield. Too much Harry Potter in our lives. I'm not going to subject us to. Should I subject us to sound? Well, I'm going to subject us to sound. I say something. Slowly, good Sally go. Hold me closer, Sally dancer. I say something. I don't think I'm going to get busted for any music copyrights on that one. They're having a good time though, man. Who doesn't want to see that? Let's see. I will give my love a pew or two. A pew or two. Okay. A pew or two. Very nice. All right. Oh, I like that shirt. That's a very cool shirt. I dig it. I want that shirt. Can I have it? I couldn't put one arm in that shirt, but I like that shirt. That's a cool shirt. Let's see what else. Ooh, man, she has some fancy, fun clothes. I like her style. Can I just say, not off to her style. Hats off to her stylist, because I'm digging the top. I'm digging the skirt. Again, my having 4 children body would not look as good as hers in this. I admit it. But that's some awesome style. I like the ruffle underneath, like very fancy. I want to say dressed up. Dressed up. Fancy. Couture, probably. Top. This is a really cool outfit. I am digging it. Oh yeah. All right. Nice view. Love the poofy clouds. I always get leery about crossing lakes and rivers on rocks because I've gotten clumsier over the years. I used to have some grace. I don't anymore. Oh, I like that one. That's cool. Just Candid having fun. She's all in costume, but obviously it's behind the scenes. Can't quite tell where we are. Maybe at one of the multiple gatherings we've seen so far. Let's see here. Oh, doing a little. Oh, we're gonna play our brush. My brush is usually my microphone, but I suppose it could double as a guitar if necessary. That's pretty good. Oh gosh, Tony. Oh, good. Tony is practicing his ballet, which is not good, apparently. He looks like he might have put himself in a little pain there. Oh dear, Tony is just a goofball. He just is.
Wow. Very nimble. Wow.
Wait to see if he says something interesting, but I think all he did was just throw off the F word there in a moment. Oh.
This fucking 1 hour lunch is mad. It's maddening. Maddening. Quickly, let's shoot something, please.
Oh, between takes is apparently boring. And there they go down the, oh. Well, no, I would do that. I lack maturity. I would want a, you know, it's Scotland. Shouldn't the hill be more hilly? I feel like the rolling down should be easier.
I think I'm gonna throw up.
You're gonna throw up. Oh, okay. Well, that was our last one, and a good way to end it. As far as these, all right, are we ready for our spoiler? I feel like it's not really a spoiler because I think most of us know this, but just in case, yeah, this is a spoiler. If you don't want to know this little spoiler for the final episode, then go. I don't. Or stick around, you know, I like y'all. Outlander Stars shares this, and because it is big news, we've been waiting. There's this character that we've heard a lot about, and we've seen in like a glimpse of a flashback. But this is going to be the first time we're going to see a real-time story, and possibly the first time we're going to see Claire as her toddler self, or at least more youthful self. She's older than a toddler when they leave. But Outlander Stars again shares this. I know some of you have been waiting for this moment. Henry's brother, Quentin, aka Uncle Lamb, is coming to this week's Blood of My Blood finale. And Outlander Forever says, I can't wait. Saoirse and Seamus, excellent. Outlander stuff. Are we going to see Wee Claire too? That's my question as well. But here we go. We're gonna see a little bit of what's going on back home. Now, one of my favorite parts of Outlander was when we would flip back and forth between seeing Frank struggling to try to find Claire, and then Claire struggling, I can't speak, but struggling to try to get back home to her husband. And so this, I think, is going to be one of our first flash forwards, because the flashbacks talk about the past. This is a flash forward as to what's happening in the story times present. It's going to be really interesting, quite frankly. I want to see, are we going to see him discovering the accident? Are we going to see him going to set up funerals? What is going to be Uncle Lamb's part in this, and how big of a part will he have? Is this something we're going to expect to see coming back for season 2? So I'm very, very curious on how they're going to throw this in, as there is no real connection to him other than finding out that his brother has passed and his wife. I'm very, very curious. I think it's going to be good stuff. So we're going to hold out until Friday's episode before we really know. But that is all I have for this update today, guys. I hope that you got something good about it. It's really nice to see Caitriona out doing stuff in the present. We don't get lots with her, so it's very nice that we got some images. And I think going out for like a watch festival, or like the premiere of some designs of watches, is just right up her alley. It's very fashion forward. It's a nice reason to get up and dress up and go out. So I like those pictures. Thanks so much for sharing those to everybody who did, because they were all over the place. Now, of course, don't forget, we're going to be chatting about The Birds, the movie by Hitchcock, ages and ages ago. Old movie, but that's our start for some fun Halloween kind of scary, but this is more suspense movies. We are going to go from here. We've got another Hitchcock movie on the list, but I'd like to hear your thoughts. What are your favorite Halloween movies that we should talk about here? At the very least, we are definitely going to be doing the Rocky Horror Picture Show at the end of the month, right before Halloween. So do stay tuned for that. But I'd like to hear your other suggestions. My funny thing is that most of the Halloween movies I know are for kids. I mean, they really are. And I don't really go in for like really scary movies, mostly because I'm not a fan of gore, and too many scary movies these days, it's all about the gore. At any rate, tell me your suggestions down below. Got a couple of gaps to fill, and we do still have one empty chat spot for tonight. I know it's last minute, but if you'd like to get in on this, there are no rules. If you are a fan of good stories, in this case, probably, scary Hitchcocky stories. But if you like a good story and want to chat about it, do just email me or put it in the comments below, whichever way is best. I'm going to go see if anybody sent a request since yesterday, but I think I still have an opening. So go ahead and ask. Most I can do is say no or put you on for one of the next chats. Thanks so much for joining me today, though. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. If not, thumbs down, comment below, and let me know either way. I do appreciate your time and hearing me out, and while we catch up and see what's going on in the world of Outlander. Of course, to my members and anyone who's contributed to this channel, I thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. I did get my headlight all fixed yesterday. It was an adventure of its own. I wish I had recorded it, because y'all would just laugh. It really was ridiculous. I had to take it apart 3 different times because 2 different things went wrong. But in the end, headlight pointed in the right direction, firmly in place, no jiggling. It's all good. I'm very excited. All right, go forth and enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. I will see you here tonight for our chat about The Birds. Even if you don't want to hear the movie or hear our thoughts on the movie, honestly, what are the chances we're going to talk about The Birds the entire time? It's like 50% review and 50% ladies having a giggle. So please join us. We do it live, and so you can put in your 2 cents as well. And if you can't wait until tonight and still want to see some more videos and chat, and don't forget, you check those playlists below. We've got Outlander updates. We've got Outlander chats about episodes. We've got a couple next door chats about episodes, and of course, movie reviews and various other things until I get the channel all split up into its other channels as well, because that's a project. Thanks again for joining me tonight. Check out those videos, and of course, whichever video you do choose, I'll see you there.